The morning was a nightmare. The second we stepped out of our tents, the midges were there waiting for us, biting our legs, our hands, our face, climbing inside your clothes, like a scene from a horror film. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know it yet, but there was a gang of midges waiting for me inside my crash helmet. The ride up the road was horrendous.
F***ing midges. Oh. We got room to get on now?
Yeah, I had room.
You got to put it central.
Don't it have to go through the handle?
Here, give me. Oh.
Come in, top box.
I just want to get the f*** out of this site.
Here on the phone.
We'd used several different creams. We even had a net we pulled over our head and covered into our necks and tucked in our jackets. Nothing stops these. It's such a shame as well because it is a lovely campsite with great facilities, a pub on site and the food is good. But I'm sorry, I will never stay here again. The midges are just too much.
You right?
You've got to put it in your back pocket and it's stabbing me.
Your wallet.
Put it in your tank bag.
Don't put our headsets on.
When you get ready, go in.
It's still here. Midges.
We were all itchy and irritable. We were hungry, we'd had no breakfast, obviously. We'd packed the bike in such a way it was uneven, some of it was loose. We needed to stop somewhere and readjust everything. The bike was low on fuel as well. The Green Welly garage, 11 miles away. That is our destination.
Midges, I'm not joking.
So today's trip will cover 182 miles from the campsite at Loch Lomond all the way up to the North Coast 500 and another campsite at Helmsdale. Do you remember in my haste I put my waterproofs in my left hand side pannier? Yeah, well typically it started raining, making me even happier. On the plus side, the rain will get rid of the midges. It looks like I'm not the only one having a bad day. When I arrived at the garage, I took my helmet off and a family of midges flew out of my helmet. It's no wonder my head's itching and sore. It was like a scene from a cartoon. It's been a bad start to the day and it's even raining. It can only get better. So we stopped at the Green Welly, filled up with fuel and we got our waterproofs on, repacked the bags, made everything secure and then got back on our way. This section of road I'd really been looking forward to travelling. Some say it's the most scenic route in Britain. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't on our side. Visibility wasn't great and it was getting cold. I didn't know it at the time, but the Scotch mist was the least of my problems. A few minutes later, I looked up and I could see it was about to get a lot wetter. Sadly, this part of the trip that I was so eager to get on film was a washout. As you can probably hear, the GoPro audio started to play up as water was getting in the microphone, and so did my new waterproof phone, which was clamped on the handlebars. By now, water was in that, it was making all sorts of noises. We'd been riding for hours in pouring rain and decided we needed a break. We spotted a McDonald's and made a bolt for it. My final comment as I got off the bike is the understatement of the year.
Everything's pissed through. My phone? What's it doing?
It's your bike. ABS, your bike's blasted.
It's not the bike. No, I think it was, I don't know if it got wet. It said unplugged charger.
We had hoped that while we was warm and dry in McDonald's, it would actually stop raining for the rest of the journey. No such luck. It's a pity the weather's like this, because Fort William looks quite nice. I might stay one day when it's nice and dry and have a look around. At last the rain started to stop, and then I saw an animal in front of me, only this time it wasn't Jonathan. Well, at least we're going the right way. If you decide to do the North Coast 500 anti-clockwise like we did, then you'll go up the East Coast first. Many say this section is boring as it's flat and there's not much to look at, it's just a fast road. Personally, I didn't mind it too much, I thought it was okay. After all, if you want to do the whole of the North Coast 500, you have to get it done. Partway up on the A9 of the North Coast 500 is Dunrobin Castle. We decided to stop to take a look. As is normal these days, the car park was every biker's favourite, loose gravel. Earlier at the Green Welly, when we put our waterproofs on, we was already wet from the rain, so needless to say we didn't get very warm during the ride. Some of us wasn't too happy about it.
I'm cold, I'm really cold. But point, as soon as you set that tent up, you can get that floating bag on it.
Well, if you drop your gloves.
I'm not bothered.
To give you an idea where we are then, Dunrobin Castle is in the village of Golspie. It's 53 miles by road or just over 1 hour from Inverness. Other facts about this castle then. The first part of the castle was built in 1401, but it's had several extensions over the years. In the beginning it started off as a square keep with walls over 6 feet thick, that's 1.8 metres, and the tallest tower is 135 feet, that's 41 metres. And in recent-ish history, the building was used as a naval hospital in 1915, and between 1965 and 1972 it was used as a boarding school for boys. Today it's used as a residential home to the Sutherlands, who've owned it for over 600 years. So, back to the trip then.
Talk.
Hello.
Funny.
Yeah, it just seems a bit echoey.
That's because we're close together, I think.
It's 3:30 in the afternoon and it's time to find a campsite. Back on the long fast roads, our mind turned to the camping situation. We'd not actually booked a campsite, so we were on the lookout for somewhere to sleep. And our favourite subject, food. It has to be said there's not many takeaways on the North Coast 500.
Indian fish and chips. Never had that before. Could be quite good. A bit of mixture in the bowl, a bit of spicy chips. Something new. I'll tell you what, look how clear it is up there now after all today. Them hills are clear now again. That might be, since we're getting close to the campsite, that could be a good thing. Look at that. Beautiful. See, this is the east coast. Went to Dunrobin Castle first, then we come here. This is, I forget the name of the campsite if I'm honest. The sun's out though and it is warm. So yeah, come to Scotland. You're really missing a treat. Oh. We're hoping to get a fire pit lit soon. I've been told that the lady who operates this site delivers wood if you need it, and we do need it. As the sun goes down it does get a bit chilly. It is Scotland after all, on the Costa del Sol. Here's our fire pit.
Well, today had been a long ride, and for most of it we'd been wet and very cold. Once we got round a nice warm fire, the beer kicked in.
We're having a few beers, as you do, because we're away, we're camping.
Let's delve in.
Yeah.
Have you got a drink now, or you still got?
Yeah, I've got a drink. And the campsite is absolutely wicked. I'll be honest, if you'd have asked me when we first arrived, I would not have recommended this place. But having been here, it's the most chilled out place, and I highly recommend, if you're going to do the North Coast 500, you have to stay here. It's amazing. Just do it. Look at that, the moon. Well, we did have the moon and the sun. The sun's still there, but you can't see it from here. If we run to that top of that hill there, you'll see the sun. But I'm not going to do that because, well, it's a big hill. It's a long way away, and I've been drinking brandy for a while, so we're not going to do that.
If you're enjoying the channel and the videos, don't forget to subscribe. That way, we'll see you in the next video.